Could you just talk real quick how tough this one was? You thought it was a tough game, which was was.
We were terrible in our execution. We scouted them. We knew what we were supposed to be doing, and they hit tough shots. Tough game, good team. Yeah.
Any rhyme or reason why the team as a whole doesn't shoot the ball from the free throw line consistently well? Some days you do, and some days you don't. So
When you play basketball, the ball goes in sometimes and the ball goes out. You can't control when you make it and when you miss it. That's the game of basketball. I mean, sometimes we go 90%, sometimes you go 50%. That's why you play basketball. It's not going to be your night every night when you shoot the ball. Credit to ASU. He hit a big shot from half court. So, we'll live with that shot every time.
On the last play, was there obviously the shot enter, the defense and everything, did something get lost in translation in terms of guarding them, or it just looked like there was a mix-up on the bench?
He hit a big-time shot. That's all I can say. One step before half court, he shot that shot 10 times. I don't think he's going to get that result. But he's a good player, and we gave him a chance to make that shot. It wasn't just the free throws late game. It was just throughout the whole game. We had a 10-point lead, 5 minutes left in the game, and we didn't handle business. But they did a good job of fighting back, and like I said, he made a big-time shot to give his team the win.
Any other questions for Courtney or Cedric?
With this being the last game at home, you just kind of have to have that mentality like the tournament starts now since every game's going to be away from here.
We kind of had that mentality for a long part of the season now. It's tough to lose your last game at home. For me and Cedric and other seniors on the team, it meant a lot for us. But at the end of the season, we got 2 more games to play against 2 good teams. Then we have to pack to a tournament. Then we're going to get ready for March. And I think we're going to be a hungry team now after today's game. So we're going to buckle up and get better.
Tell you what, that was a heck of a game. A tremendous college basketball game, and we're not hanging our heads at all. And obviously, we'd like to win. And but hey, listen, if you're playing a tough game and a team has to hit a 60-footer to beat you, you're probably taking that on most days. So all in all, I thought there was a lot of great moments, and obviously, I wish we would have played maybe better defensively, earlier in the game. But it happened, and I thought we had a lot of some clutch plays on offense and defense down the stretch that we'll learn from. And I'm ready. I'm already moved on and looking forward to practice on Monday.
Thoughts on the free throw struggles today?
Well, 23 or 34. What's the percentage? Help me out. What is it?
67. Yeah.
67. Yeah. Okay. You'd like to you make 1 or 2 more, and it probably makes a difference, and at the end, you probably can argue that we should have had maybe Umar miss that last free throw, and that's stuff that I'll wear, that's on me and not on the guys on those decisions. And, I just didn't want to put more on Umar's plate. I wanted him to shoot it, and I think I know Umar's shooting percentage pretty well, and I thought maybe there's a 50% chance he makes it, a 50% chance he, misses it, and it went in, and they were able to inbound the ball, and kid got a dribble, and he shot it right in front of me, and right when it left his hand, I thought I had a chance. It was dead on line, and it's a special moment for that kid and their team, and congrats to them.
Was the defense on the last play as designed?
It happened fast, you obviously if we had to do it again, we would do it differently, maybe, on a missed free throw, on a make free throw, maybe we'd have somebody on the ball, on those things. And, and maybe our guys a little stickier. We told our guys to pick them up closer, and it would be what we call sticky, and I thought maybe we were a little soft on that switch, and, but, from a player's perspective, but they shoot half quarters all the time. And then they know how hard they are to make. And the last thing a player wants to do is foul in that situation, right? So, it kind of puts them in a tough spot.
Do you feel like maybe the change in the starting lineup kind of disrupted any flow with your team today?
Oh, no, not really. Not really. I think that's fine. Listen, that's stuff you do to create good karma in your program. Those 2 guys have done an amazing job. And, I was going back and forth on it. And, when I went to bed last night, I wasn't going to do it. And when I woke up this morning, I just felt like it was the right thing to do. And listen, it was going to be to the first dead ball, basically, depending on how it goes. So, I think they made a couple threes and a 2 during that stretch. But, we gave up 3s and 2s all day, no matter who was out there. So
was that mean, a lot of coaches, is that a hard thing, especially with the race being tight and ASU, they're desperate? I mean, some coaches say every possession matters. I can't start the walk-on.
Well, I mean, yeah, some coaches say that, and I trust those two players. They're really good players. I mean, you saw Jordan Maines. He was fine out there, and Matt was fine too. And, I just think you have to have a bigger perspective than that. I mean, it's about treating people right. It's about honoring people that make a ton of sacrifices and contribute to your program. So for me, it's there's no regrets, and it's a decision I would make again.
Tommy, you're up 10 with about 5 minutes left. Can you tell me about that stretch of what happened and what didn't happen?
Well, I mean, that's winning time. And we just had a few unfortunate turnovers and maybe a couple bad shots. Maybe a couple guys where, you're playing in front of your home crowd. You want to deliver a knockout punch, and maybe you make a bad decision on a shot that I want our guys to have freedom to kind of pick and choose when they shoot. But we also had just a couple just turnovers that you just can't afford at that time of the game, because you have to understand the other team's desperate. They're going to be reaching. They're going to be poking. Not every foul is going to get called by the officials. So you can't assume that maybe some of the normal rhythm passes you have are going to be there, and as a player you got to have an understanding for that. So we'll do a better job coaching them up and trying to be better in that segment of the game next time. And generally we've been great at that segment of the game. So just was one of those days.
Is it difficult in that spot to tell Umar to miss the free throw?
I felt like it was. Umar, listen, obviously, he's not the greatest free throw shooter in the world, although he's getting better. And what I didn't want to do, I didn't want to put him in a position where, I tell him to miss and he shoots an air ball 3 feet short, and then now, they get to inbound the ball. And then maybe we could set our defense, and you could argue all these things of that nature. And, I just wanted it to play out because, what are the chances of a team making a shot like that? Very slim. Very slim. So, there's always I guess when a game's close, there's always a chance you can lose, but you're kind of playing the odds a little bit. And maybe we could have slightly put the odds a little bit more in our favor, but we were sitting on pocket aces, and so that it happens sometimes.
What made ASU so difficult to guard tonight?
Their guys made a lot of shots. They were aggressive, and I don't know. I'll have to go back and see how well of a job we did contesting the shots. But they got in a little bit of a rhythm offensively, and they made some tough shots. Listen, they're talented players. They've they maybe been a little inconsistent overall. But when they've been right, they've been right. And obviously we felt like today they were going to be right. And I'm not surprised by how they played. I just wish we would have played a little bit better. But I'm giving them credit.
How was Umar after that fall, and was there any question of whether you were going to put him back in?
Until he told me he was ready to go, I wasn't going to put him in, but he was ready to go. And, we just felt like we needed, the 4-guard lineup with, him anchoring the 5 defensively. And, we got the stop. We got the stop and the rebound we needed, and I think that last possession, I thought we played really good defense. They didn't get a great shot. They missed. We got the rebound, and unfortunately the celebration started a little bit early because there was still a little bit of time on the clock.
Did you like what you saw from Azuolas? You think he's coming back?
I thought it was okay. I thought defensively he was bad. He just didn't play great defense tonight, and that's kind of disappointing. Listen, I don't care about overall stats, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I never even look at the overall stats. I couldn't tell you what his shooting percentage is, how many points he's scoring, but I know effort on defense, and he's got to play better.
You think part of that is being scared to draw early fouls like in the past couple games?
It's not an excuse. It's basketball. It's high-level basketball. Suck it up.
Overall, your thoughts on the defense? Obviously ASU gets some tough ones, but they're not particularly been a great shooting team.
Yeah, they're a team that they take a lot of they're not a team that they're obviously probably not driven much by analytics. They're driven by players that can create their own shot, and they have some special plays for their good shooters. And we didn't do a great job with the scouting report, which we had their special scouted, but guys made individual mistakes out there defensively, which you can't have on good players. And if you make that mistake, it's going to lead to a shot. And so that was disappointing for me, and we got to get better there.
Cedric scoring with 19.
I thought Ced was great. I thought he got off to a good start. Ced's a really good player, and I think he's really grown over the course of the season. With us at least. He came in as a good player, but I think he's getting more and more comfortable playing with us. So I was happy he had that kind of night, and he came out with that kind of confidence.
That part of it too, where you have the senior, you get this 2 walk-on seniors in, you have Henderson and Courtney Ramey playing well. Everything's going fine. Looks like you're going to win, and then you get spoiled.
I mean, are we talking about starting those two guys again?
No. I'm just saying, like, you feel like everything was going well, and you had, like.
Well, you have a 10-point lead at home. Don't turn the ball over. I mean, it just comes down to that. I mean, don't turn the over. We give our guys a lot of freedom, but with that freedom comes responsibility. And maybe I could have, scripted some things a little bit better, but, also we probably could have been a little more solid with the ball and not just giving it to the other team when we knew we had a team that was aggressive and was going to take chances. You got to be a little smarter.
One more question.
How do you kind of move on from
I've already moved on.
with the players, though? I mean,
They better have moved on too. I mean, this game, literally, whatever. I mean, maybe it impacts things a little bit here and there, but not enough to matter. So let's get better. And this team, it's been playing pretty well. And, tonight it was kind of a crazy game and a rival game and against a talented team. And like I said, I mean, I don't know what the odds are on that shot going in, but I think we're, probably like 98 times out of 100, we're sitting here talking about a different thing, but it was just one of those, 2 or 3% chances. And hey, I mean, good for the kid. I mean, it was a heck of a shot.